Most teachings on prayer have to do with praying by an individual. We read Paul's command to pray without ceasing, for example, as a command to an individual. But in fact, the context and language of that scripture indicate that it's addressed to an entire church, not simply to an individual, which was the normative expression of praying in the early church. I'm going to talk today about turning our churches into what the scriptures call houses of prayer, or in another phrase, prayer-saturated churches. In the book, The Prayer-Saturated Church, the author identifies three models of prayer in churches. The first is called the prayer-light church. Here, prayer is a little more than an afterthought, a part of the Sunday liturgy, a kind of spare tire. The second model is the prayer ministry church, which describes the model of prayer in most churches. Here, the intercessory or prayer group is one of a number of ministries, and this group is tasked with praying for the needs of the entire church, usually, however, with specific emphasis on the needs of the individual or families. Now, the third model of prayer is the prayer-saturated church, which is the fulfillment of Isaiah 56:7 and the words of Jesus in all the Gospels, in which he tells us that the Father's house should be a house of prayer. Here we find all aspects of the church's life and ministry are covered, protected, and empowered through the praying of a large number of church members. Everyone gets to pray. The prayers of God's people fuel the advance of His kingdom in the earth. This is the type of praying church that's in God's heart. When a church chooses to adopt and implement this structure, then that church quickly stabilizes and begins to grow into the fullness of its destiny.